People are always shocked at how you go beyond what they expected from you. If you've done anything recently out of the ordinary, it was noted by whoever is significant in the situation at hand. This could be authorities. But regardless, you go beyond expectations and you're kind of unpredictable. And that sticks out about you right now. I'm hearing to infinity and beyond, Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear. And he's like, his whole thing is he really thinks that he is the character that he embodies. And he is Buzz Lightyear. But there's something about wearing the jacket, like putting on the identity fully, embodying it fully, and being seen as like doing that well or correctly. Whatever you're putting your energy towards right now is going through. So like if you're doing any kind of like craft, like any kind of practice, spiritually, metaphysically, that is very effective at this time. Even if the manifestation on the other end doesn't come out the way that you might expect or hope or have initially intended, you're being encouraged to believe in the fact that the situation is being handled on your behalf. This could have been like a return to sender or something like that. But I feel like people know messing with you has consequences that you don't necessarily even have to be a part of. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. These are like real material world energies. It's something about like who you are and how you are that like you can back it up or prove it. And that goes beyond what is average. Like most people who say they are what you are not actually what you are. Your past is significant for the ways that it's molded you. Maybe your family, like your family or early home life environment, the struggles, or if it's not struggle, then it's like what was good about it. Two of Swords. I feel like honestly what was bad about it can be seen as good depending on the perspective that the person has. Like I think if you have some kind of darkness, some people are actually attracted to that in you. Even if that's like ego, like Buzz Lightyear, and it's like some people could feel like you think too much of yourself, but even still that's something attractive. Even to people who don't want to find you attractive, I feel like people who don't want to find you attractive still find you attractive. Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords. Don't worry too much about how other people are seeing you when you're living in this authentic energy, because I don't feel like it's gonna be familiar to them. I do feel like you're strange, and I feel like that's exactly what makes you so potent in the situation at hand. If you weren't strange and eclectic, you wouldn't be seeing the results that you're seeing right now. So don't change. Like, you want to have confidence in who you're becoming and who you have become through the cycles of life that God has like led you through. Six of Swords upright is letting me know that like you're being ushered into new and better things. Like nothing negative is on the other end of the choices that you're making right now, and you're being encouraged to have the confidence in that you are going to be able to transition into like a better environment or a situation. This could also be like, I was gonna say like a sudden windfall of money, and then like half the deck fell out. Not half, it's only like 5 cards. But we have the Hierophant, 8 of Cups in reverse, Lovers in reverse, 6, King of Wands in reverse, Hangman upright, and the Knight of Cups upright. People can't always see themselves in you, I think maybe just because of how different you are, but I feel like you're still inspiring in some kind of way. You're still an example of what it means to be successful, even if your success is unconventional, and even if people know they can never fully embody what it is that you are. Because I think people know whatever it is that you went through is something that they don't even want to go through. Like there's like your pathway here, like your journey is unique to you and perhaps highly pressurized. Like you were under a lot of stress at some point, and that has like turned into some kind of power. This could have been like sexual abuse, because sexual abuse can be really potent for people creatively. It's the sacral chakra, So if you know how to transmute negative energy, abuse, so that energy center can, you know, be flipped around as something that's really positive. So I feel like you have the ability to maybe even reframe your own trauma in a way that makes it feel less traumatic, even if it isn't. Like, even if you know, you're still wounded, you have like this kind of perspective or this personality that doesn't really reveal that to other people. Like, you have this really cool way of overcoming or like being above the stress of your life that people really admire you for, because you have a certain level of calmness. I think that's mostly rooted in the fact that you've already overcome a lot of hard things, so you have confidence in your own ability to navigate situations of stress at hand. When there are imbalances, even if they're like long-term imbalances with the Six of Pentacles, you seem to be like willing or able to maneuver around them, or even like identify the imbalances if they're like secret imbalances. Your awareness goes beyond also like what is normal. I feel like you might be able to like see things. We have Pisces energy and the Hierophant, so those are like spiritual energies. I think you're known in like whatever this community is, whether or not you're like actually a part of it and belonging to it, or if it's just like in your environment, for being an authority in whatever your niche is. It doesn't have to be like crafty, but your job and the respect that you get there translates into the community around you in some way. Like, if you're a doctor, then that definitely would make sense. Like, if like you have education here that can be applied not only like at your job, like in the office, but also outside of it. There's also like this universal application feeling for you. So you could be like androgynous, like I am. So you could have the ability to like shapeshift in some way. But I don't feel like you're uniform. Like, I don't know that you fit in, but I do feel like you're able to change. Like, I feel like your energy is mutable. So maybe if you wanted to fit in, you could. But it doesn't really seem like that's really a priority for you. Like, I think you understand the value of whatever makes you different already. Like, you've been kind of matured by your life to know that by now. So you're thinking of your differences as being a strength. Nine of Swords. Any anxiety you're feeling at this time needs to be recognized as anxiety, which is rooted in fear, and that might make it easier to dismiss. Because fear isn't real unless you make it real. And like, disturbances in your emotional stability can cause other things to not come through the way that they could if you were most confident. So don't worry too much about external interference towards your highest goals and like aspirations, because I don't feel like, even if they do exist, that they're actually capable of stopping you. Like, there could be delays initiated, but nothing is happening in the external. It's like you need to have control over your internal world so that nothing happens in the external. You're like suited for that already though. Like, you don't have to worry about striving towards emotional balance unless you don't have it, because I feel like you have it. We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Be okay with your manifestations coming in like alternative packages. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Be okay with your manifestations coming in alternative packages, because you don't know what's around the corner for you, and neither does anybody else really. But part of your beyondness is your willingness and ability to shift as needed. So if opportunities are coming in, even if you didn't expect them, try to take advantage of them and see them for what they are, even when that is seemingly inconvenient to the way that maybe you're used to do things or that you prefer to do things. Like, now is a good time to be willing to change your routine if you feel called to do that. I was mentioning like being observed, so you could literally be observed, and that could be part of the reason why you need to change your routine, is because someone could be more aware of you than you might expect or anticipate or hope for or really want, and that could be something that helps you to like avoid either having a confrontation with them or just, you know, the negative energy that would come from being in the same space with them. Like, we have the Lovers here in the reverse and the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse. I mean, there could be some energy of like emotional fallout or like relationship fallout. But that doesn't really seem like that threatens your stability. So don't get too caught up in that emotionally. That's what I'm saying about like you being kind of beyond. Like, it's okay to be detached from what's not going right in your life and not feel bad about that. Like, if things aren't working out, like, okay, you should already know that if things are falling apart, that that's happening for a reason. Like, don't hold on too tightly to things at this time, because you could be in a point of transition, and holding on or resisting the changes that you feel called to make can delay your success unnecessarily. All right. How do I end this? Do I just press X? Yep.